So now we're going to cover the FromEvent operator. So this operator will give output as an observable that is to be used on elements that emit events. For example, buttons, clicks, So whenever we basically listen to events, and then we also use buffer operator to connect it with this. So I'll show you in a second. So we have two parameters for this from event operator. So we have the target, which is the DOM element, and we also have the event name. And this is like, for example, if you want to capture mouse clicks, or like if you're hovering on something, then these events, you can catch them using the event name inside the from event operator. So now let's go through the example over here. So we can basically get the button using document.getElement by ID button click, and then we can get the clicks using the from event observable that I just mentioned. So we pass in the actual target, which is the DOM element, which is the button. So as you can see, we got the button from its ID, document.getElement by ID, and then we're passing it into from event, and then we want to listen for click events. So then we'll basically get the button clicks inside this button clicks variable, and then we want to set an interval. So we want to check the button clicks every 1000 seconds, and we have the interval events with the 1000 millisecond interval. So then we use this to connect to the pipe method, sorry. So we do interval events, the interval 1000 millisecond interval, we connect it to the pipe. So it would apply the pipe every 1000 milliseconds, and then the pipe would basically carry out the operations inside it. And in this case, it's just a buffer. So what the buffer does, it will collect all the button clicks that occur, and it would return it as an observable every 1000 milliseconds. And we can basically subscribe to this buffered array, which is observable, and then we can basically omit whatever is given to us from this observable using console.log. And as you can see, we have the following output when we try it. So as you can see on the right, we have the button clicks. So every time a user clicks in that 1 second that we're checking, we can have an array of how many clicks has occurred. So we have like a counter that accumulates the button clicks, and as you can see, we start off with 0, and in the first second we have 0 clicks. In the second second we have 1, 2, 3, and then after that we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it basically accumulates the clicks, and it shows how many clicks occurred in the last second.